Alright guys, how is it going? Thought I'd make a little AFK normal mode Glacor zero mechanic guide for anybody who is curious, because I've been doing it quite a lot recently and it is incredibly good for a number of things. So first of all, it's very good for charms. Like, look at the amount of blue charms I've got here. It is absolutely ridiculous that you walk away with so many. Same with crimsons, you get loads. You also get tons of the manuscript of Wen Godbook pages. Those are really good as well. You get loads of Triskelion keys, which you can turn into elite clue scores, and also you also get elite clues as well. I've probably gained, I don't know, like I don't want to guess, but I've gained a lot of elite clues over this time as well. So it's really, really good for those. But the most important thing, the reason why I'm here at least, is for effigies, which it does seem to drop fairly commonly, because this guy is level 7,000, and I believe how it works is the higher combat level of the mob, the higher the chance of an effigy drop. So I've been gaining loads of XP in Herblore using all my lamps, effigy lamps in Herblore, and I must have gained over 10 million XP at this point just from effigies. Like, it's a lot. Like, I have been doing this quite a lot as well, like 2,000 kills or so, so that's going alright. But like, it is so worth it, and it's so easy as well. Like, you barely have to do anything. So things I would recommend for this setup, if you have enough potions for it, you can use overloads if you want to. Like, holy overloads are just fine. Personally, I find it doesn't really matter that much. So you can take it or leave it. Depends how overload happy you are, basically. Having a ritual shard is nice for the prayer restoration. It's like a prayer Excalibur, essentially. You activate it, and then it over time restores your prayer for a little bit. So that's always nice to use for the free prayer there. Penance aura, I feel, is very important. The alternative, of course, is just bring super restores. Like that works fine as well. Other auras that you can use, like Marjorat, if you want to like kill it a bit faster. You can even use Reckless if you want to. Or even you could do it with other styles as well. It's up to you. I'm just doing it with range. You can set yourself up however you desire, because it's really, really easy. Like, it barely damages you. It's got 65k HP, and it just kind of falls over, and you get like 3 drops every time. You get tons of pages, tons of these trove thingies, tons of Trisk, and yep, there are the pages. A few like Hydrix bolt tips and stuff, some Glacier remnants, loads of charms, etc, etc. So let's talk over my setup that I've got here real quick. Basically, non-degradable range gear in the top legs and helm, because this is like the best I have. I don't have armored or legs. Obviously, if you have like Anima Core of Zamorak, I guess that would be a little bit better, because that's like better non-degradable. Wouldn't be against using like Scavenging 4 here, to be honest. It's just, as an Iron Man, I'd rather not use the charges if I can help it. And even if you're a main, it's probably like a bit cheaper as well to not use augmented gear when you can help it. For my fleeting boots, those aren't like super important to have for this, but I would still recommend getting them because they are very, very good boots in general. And Cinderbanes I've got as well, although apparently they're currently bugged, where if you're not using a weapon poison potion, they actually don't apply poison themselves, which is very weird because they're supposed to apply poison themselves. So I'm assuming that will get fixed sometime soon, because currently I'm getting no poison hit splats, which is a bit of a disaster. But I'm just using these anyway because that's I'm just assuming that'll get fixed before too long. Then another thing that's really good to use is the Book of Wen here, the Scripture of Wen, which basically after your opponent gets hit, well, after it procs, and if it hits your opponent about 5 times, or exactly 5 times actually, they take a big chunk of damage, so somewhere between like 6,000 and 9,000 damage generally, depending on your weapon setup and boosts and stuff. So it does a lot actually, and the good thing about it is it is essentially completely free to use here, because as you can see, I've gained 40 pages, and I've had this thing on the entire time. This is for hours and hours. It's been on the entire time, and yeah, I'm no way near a page deficit. Like, you get so many. It is incredibly good. And then in terms of ammo here, you can use like ruby criminal bolts if you want to. They're a bit more expensive. They will make your kills a bit faster. Alternatively, you could use like dragonstone or onyx. and maybe others as well, I can't really remember, or emerald if you're using poison. Probably not a bad idea actually. But I'm just using Ascensions at the moment because they're just super easy to come by, so that's fine by me. And then I've got my amulet here, which a lot of you may not have this, so don't worry too much about it. You can switch it out for just any amulet that's good for you. But I've got my Essence of Finality with a Serent Godbow, which I do try and use, whenever I'm tabbed in, I suppose. I do try and just fire one off because it does do like 20k damage, which is always quite nice, better than like all your other abilities and what they're going to do. So but yeah, if you don't have that, don't worry too much about it, it's fine. Then I've got my Blight Bounce here, which again, you guys may not have these, and that's completely fine as well. Just like Ascensions or like Glaives or just whatever else you can muster, it doesn't really matter. But I've got my Caraming 4 Equilibrium 2 here on the offhand. This is like the important one that makes my kills a lot faster because I've got my Greater Ricochet here at the start of my bar. If you don't have Greater Ricochet and you don't have Caraming, copy this bar but just move Ricochet like down here somewhere, or like just in between like Binding Shot and Piercing Shot, I guess. These just like fillers at the end, but the bar, nice and simple, just Ricochet, like Snapshot, Rapid Fire, Bombardment, Corruption, Needle. Like I can't really see it going too badly wrong there. There may be like a slightly more optimal setup, but I mean it's these are like all the good abilities basically. So I'm not too particularly worried about max efficiency, but I mean it's got to be pretty damn close. And yeah, see, and speaking of effigies, there's one. Agility, that's just cooking, whatever. Not the best effigy there. Didn't get a herbal one, but that's fine. We use this on a herbal, and then look at that, easy XP, like all of that. And yeah, they're really not that rare from this boss. They are incredibly good, and you even get so many charms. If we look at a standard kill, how much does it give? Oh, so yeah, like five blue charms. Oh, but yeah, there's like different piles, so we got at least 10 blue charms there, possibly. Only 10? It might be only 10. But either way, you do get a lot. And oh yeah, it seems you get 3 rolls of charms. It's like 1 roll per pile, so you can get up to 15 blue charms per kill, which, as you can see, is very, very good. That's why I've got 1,900 of them, because that's a lot of blue charms. But it's very, very good for that. And yeah, other things you can use, you can use overloads if you want to. You can use ranging potions. You can even use no potions. You can use a Dominion marker for like half an hour per day to boost your stats up to 107. You can't place it here, unfortunately, so you can't get the permanent buff, but it is good enough. And apart from that, I don't think I've really missed anything, I hope. But yeah, it's basically just stand in this spot. Sometimes you get pushed around a bit by the ice. The way to stop that, if you want to, it will be less kills per hour, but it will be like a lot more AFK, and you never have to move. You just have area loot open, press space. But what you can do if you get pushed away is you can turn on the flurry mechanic, but the boss will gain an extra 40k HP. If he has the flurry mechanic, he'll never push you from side to side, so you'll always be standing in this particular position. And then you can just have your area loot open and just press space every kill, and you'll never move. But sometimes if you're on zero mechanics like me, you'll get pushed like down here or something, which is a little bit annoying, but you can just walk back. It's not too difficult. Just, as long as you're paying a little bit of attention, then you will be absolutely fine. But yeah, it's really up to you whether you value the AFK, like the super AFK, or the slightly more kills by having zero mechanics. Because again, the more kills you get, the more effigies you get, the more charms you get, the more trisks, the more pages, the more clue scrolls, the more everything you get if you have it on zero mechanics. I think at least that's what it felt like from what I've seen anyway. So I like to stick with this. Hopefully you guys found this one very, very useful, because yeah, you get so many effigies and it is just incredibly good XP. It's like the old days when you saw like Suomi killing cave crawlers for months on end. It's essentially that, but with a big Glacor instead. So if you want to be a little bit cheap, or if you're looking for the effigy pet, then this is probably the way to go. Because currently I'm just trying to train up my Herblore to 119, so I can make these Adrenaline Renewals, because they're a bit of a scam before that. And yeah, only 1.3 mil to go, which, you know, I can probably bang out today depending on how much I do with this, so it can definitely be quite useful there. But for now, hopefully you found this useful. If you have any additional questions, don't forget to leave them in the comments below. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this guide. Hopefully you find it useful. Enjoy your effigies, your clues, your pages, your everything. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.